What's going on, Closers University? Apologies for the delay, but we are live right now on the YouTube channel. I'll give you guys a few seconds before everybody joins. We had some technical issues on Zoom, so I thought I'll kick Imran out and then I'll just go live on the YouTube channel. Okay, awesome. So we are live right now. Cool. So one of the things that I wanted to cover with you guys here today is, as you guys know, we've been heavily focusing on role plays this month, and we really wanted everyone to sharpen their axe. It's not only because look, everybody wants to get better. They want to land these roles, but it's not only about landing these roles, and as you guys know, it's about doing well in these roles. So what we want to do is really become better. Once you've become better and you're getting better at your craft, once you land those roles, you'll do good in those roles as well. So that's one of the things that we really made focus on for the month of February, and I'm glad to see that a lot of people have been taking this very seriously. So the first thing that I wanted to touch upon is how to land these roles. Now, before you even actually get these roles, one thing that you want to focus on is, what am I bringing to the table? What am I bringing to the workplace? How am I becoming that attractive person so people want to speak to me? That's the first thing. So, and it really comes down to, marketing yourself as well. So how are you marketing yourself? Because look, it was something that I was speaking to, a few salespeople about, as in, great salespeople need to be great marketers. You need to become great marketers. Why? Because how you do anything is how you do everything. If you want to be a professional salesperson, make sure you know how to market yourself better. So, and that's the first thing that we want to focus on, and we actually focus on here at the Closers University. So it's maybe the first thing that you want to have a look at is, how do I carry myself online and offline? The first thing is on your social media presence. What is that saying? Now look, I'm going to give you the steps, guys, to actually improve. To not only improve, but I'm going to give you the steps that I took to make myself attractive to these business owners. So when I was reaching out to them, they knew who I was about, what I was about, and straight away I got their attention. Because the first thing you need to do, guys, it's the number one of the number one. It's one of the top economies right now, is getting attention. What kind of attention are you actually getting? What are people thinking about? And what do they think? What when they see you? So if they see you online, or if they see your application form, what kind of vibes are you giving them? Who are you? What are you about? What's your sales experience? These are the things that are going to be going up in your mind, on their minds. So what I want everyone to focus on. So I'm going to give you an insight into how I would go about, applying for these roles and landing these roles, and attracting these high ticket clients to Close4. So again, my social media profile. Have I even got a professional social media? Well, let's just look at your profile picture. Is my profile picture professional? And then not only my profile picture, I'll give you an example. There was an interview that I had with a client, and he had already searched me up online and knew everything about me before I was on the call. He was like, yeah, I know you've got a huge social media following. I know you've got a huge social media presence. He knew all the details about me before I even came on the call. And I was like, damn, like, this guy actually knows a lot about me. And this really made me mindful because look, nowadays, your resume, okay, this has to be good and it has to be informative. I'm not saying disregard your resume, but you best believe if you have a good social media presence, that will also help you. If you don't, it's not that it won't help you, but if you have your social media dialed in, that will always help you. So maybe have a look at your pro, and I want you guys to test this out right now, even on this call. Go to your social media profile and look at it as in, like, what pictures can people see of mine, what are public, what are private, and what are to my friends. So what posts go on someone else's, and there's the option on Facebook as well where you can actually view your profile as a different individual. Now you can see what people see, because people judge you the moment they see you. They judge you by the color of your skin, by how much hair you have on your head, where you're from, what kind of accent you have. People are judging you always. So what I want everyone to do is, and look, I'm going to give you the steps over here right now, but then there's some people on the call. There's some people watching this video as they're like, no, but I'm not going to show my face on social media. I'm not going to do this, and I'm not going to do that, and I'm not going to do that. I'm not talking about what you're not going to do. I'm just telling you guys what you need to do in order to make it better for yourself. Your social medias right now, guys, are your walking, talking. Before you even speak, they're doing the selling for you. They're your walking billboards. They are your active billboards. So you want to use this correctly. And now I'm not saying become like a social media marketer and post all of these things and everything on there. No, what I'm saying is make sure you tidy it up. Tidy it up. Give a professional picture. Give, make sure you haven't got anything, too extreme on there as well. Decide what it is you want people to know and address you by. So that's the first thing that I want people to address before you even apply for any roles. Now, I'm going to go through the other steps as well. But the first thing is your social media. Clean this up. Once you've cleaned that up, now when you're going to outreach to people, what's your message? What's your message when you're reaching out to them? I can see we've got plenty of people in the chat, and we've set Imran in the chat as well, so he's going to be notifying you. We had like technical issues along with all the Instagram and WhatsApp issues that we had. We were having issues putting the Zoom onto the YouTube, so I thought, screw it, let's just go live on the YouTube channel without the Zoom. But yeah, so now once guys, we've sorted all of that out. Now when we're reaching out to them, what's the message that we're reaching out to them as well? How are we outreaching? Now look, there's not only one way to reach out to clients. I want you guys to know this. Now I may give you 1 or 2 tips, but there's probably going to be 20 or 30 other ways to reach out to clients as well. It's not to say this is the right way and the wrong way, or my way or the highway. No. Take what you want and leave what you don't want. As I say, treat everything like a buffet table. So now the moment I fix up my social media, now I'm going to apply and reach out to these influencers. But then first of all, who are these influencers that I'm going to reach out to? Now, we've made a ton of hundreds, I think it's thousands actually, thousands of influencers and business owners. But maybe you want to niche down. Let's just say you're going to follow my course and you're going to be like, you know what, Jabran crushed it in Amazon. I'm going to actually go and look for Amazon clients as well. So the first thing that you want to do is go onto Instagram and just type in Amazon. Just type in Amazon. Or even if you just type in e-commerce. Once you've done that, now you've got a list of many of them. Make a note of all of these guys. And now you know who you're going to target. You're not only going to target, but then now we need to craft your message. Once you've crafted your message, guys, now you're just simply going to outreach to them. You're going to drop them a message. Now, sometimes what's happening right now is some of your messages go into the invisible inbox right now. Instagram is always changing up stuff, and you need to move with times as well. Gone are the days where you can just insta message someone and it will land in the inbox right away. Try it right now. If you guys are not connected with each other, like let's just say you're going to reach out to an influencer. If you're not connected, that means there's a high chance of your message landing in an invisible inbox. And until they connect with you, they can't see it. So what do we now do? We want to think outside the box. what do we want to do? We want to maybe do something different. So what I would probably do is maybe create a private story and tag that influencer in there and actually put a screenshot of my intro message to them or my one pager. Now, what's your one pager? Your one pager is a detailed, page of who you are, what you're about, what your experience is. It's just to get their attention. Now, once we've got their attention, now we want to keep their attention. Like, hey, I'm a high ticket closer with X many years of experience in sales. Worked in numerous industries. I'm this X, Y, Z. Would love to have a chat, see how we can help each other. So once you've done this, now you've got their attention. They're thinking to themselves, well, this is quite creative. They're like, who's mentioned me in my story? Who's mentioned me in their story? Now, this is a trick that you could do via your Instagram. But let's just say, okay, you've done that. You haven't got their attention, but you're following them on Instagram now. Now, what else I would do? I would create a separate email with all of these lists. Well, just so you guys know, we've got a list of 2,500 influencers in the Closers University. If you don't have that, just drop a message either on the Facebook group or in this chat. And, one of the guys will reach out to you and send it to you as well. We'll give it to you for free. 2,500 influencers. 2,500 influencers that you can actually outreach to. But so now we're building all of this up where we can reach out to them on Instagram. We can go into their Facebook groups, or we can go into the link in their bio and go through the funnel. I want you to create a separate email to just focus on high ticket sales. So once you've gone through their funnel, what you want to do is you want to sign up to their newsletter. You want to sign up through their funnel. And so you get their emails. I'm going to take my cap off now. I'm getting a bit hot. I'm getting excited because I promise you guys, if you follow these steps, I can't even believe I'm doing this training again because it's so simple to land these clients, guys. If you really follow the steps to the T, look at what I've said. So now I've gone into their bio, whatever their funnel is, or their opt-in. You go in there, give them your name and email. Now you're on the email list. Now, every now and again, they will email with obviously all their sales letters and everything, and that's all great. But they will email and let you know that, hey, we are hiring for XYZ position. So now you're just in their network. You're in their world and you're getting these updates. But on top of that, let's just say they're not going to be emailing. Not everyone emails every single month for roles or whatever, but that's all great. But look at how many ways I've already told you about you putting yourself out there and connecting with these businesses and influencers. One is the Insta message. The second one is signing up to their newsletters and just their funnels and get their emails. The other one is go onto the company website. And they'll have a tab for careers. Keep your eye out for those. On the spreadsheet that we're going to give you, the website and the LinkedIns and the Facebook and the Instagrams and everything is all on there. Get yourself connected on there now. And now you've got a list of all these influencers and all these websites, and you've signed up to all these newsletters. Now you can actually see, okay, who's hiring. Once you go on their website, you can see, go into careers or hiring, and you can see who's hiring, and you can directly apply. I'll give you an example right now, live example. Leila Hormozi, Alex Hormozi's wife. If you go onto her Instagram, I just did this the other day. Go onto her Instagram. She's got, it's something to do with hiring. You click on that link and it will take you to the website and it will show you all the roles that they're hiring. You can go do this right now. And they're actually hiring for appointment setters and closers right now. So if you guys want to apply, you can go there right now. You can actually go into their funnel, fill in the application form, and you'll get into their world. And you can sign up to Hormozi Talent as well. And, with acquisition.com, they work with multiple other businesses. You can now get on their radar. I'll give you another example. So look, that's one way. Well, not one of the ways. The other ways that you could do is go onto the other social media platforms. LinkedIn, guys. Go and put the company name onto LinkedIn. Put the company name onto LinkedIn. And now you can find out, okay, there's all of these people that work at this organization. Okay, very good. These guys work at this organization. So now you can maybe connect with them, comment on their posts, etc. So you're getting into their world via that way as well. Once you've done that, now it's another way. Now it's because look, remember, look, there's so many ways where you can do things. There's effective and ineffective. And there's not only one way to, what kind of example can I give you? Pizzas. How do you eat pizzas? One box at a time or one slice at a time? One slice at a time. Everyone, you can eat pizzas however you want. You can have pineapples on there. You can have mushrooms on there. I don't like either. I just like a spicy chicken pizza with onions, jalapenos, and whatever. I'm getting hungry now. But like, look, you can have it whatever your way. It's like the Cadbury's cream egg. Oh my God, I love that. Everyone eats it different. Some people just gobble it all up. Some people scoop it out. It's like your own eggs. How do you make your eggs? Everybody makes their eggs differently. Some have them fried up, sunny side up. Some have them scrambled. Some have them with salt and pepper and all sorts. Some people add sugar. They have their eggs differently. So you can do many things different ways as well. Effective and ineffective. It's not to say one approach doesn't work and the other one does. But what I say is have all of these. Know all of them and try to do all of them. If someone's like, let's just say you're knocking a door and nobody's opening the door. Well, how about you change your knock? Maybe they can't hear your knocking and there's a doorbell there. Ring the doorbell. It will make more sound. And maybe the bell is located in the kitchen where the people are that you want to get attention of. They can't hear the knocking, but because the bell is in the kitchen and they can hear it, you've just changed your method. You've just changed your knocking and you've now rang the bell. Sometimes you need to change the doors. Maybe you need to go to the back door. The front door's not working, go knock the back door. Change the doors. But what you need to do is, what you shouldn't be doing is the same thing over and over again. This is the definition of insanity. I think it's Albert Einstein. Doing the same thing over and over and over again, expecting a different outcome. And look, there's so many people. Big up Russell, by the way, because Russell was the one that actually gave me the idea about how to, reach out to certain clients via the private story method. You create a private story on Instagram so only the client can see it. And you tag them in there, and maybe it's got your one pager on there or whatever. It's something creative. Or maybe you just pick up the phone and make a video introduction. They're going to be tempted to see who's mentioned me in my story. Well, who's mentioned me in their story. So yeah, guys, look, so that's one of the ways where I'm saying that, this is how you outreach. But once you've outreached them, let's just say you've got their attention. If you're not attractive enough, now I'm not on about your looks. If you're not attractive enough on paper, on video, and what it is about you, they're going to quickly see you and get off. And look, the human attention span has gone from God knows how many hours to minutes to seconds to God knows even how many seconds now. So you need to quickly get their attention. So once you've reached out to them, the top line, it's like when email open rates, and I learned this on my way up, learning marketing and hooks and all sorts. But emails, why would someone open up an email, and how do you increase open rates? It's the top heading, like the top one line. Does it get their attention, keep their attention, and want them to click? So that's something that you've got to do in your message. Let's just say your first line. Don't waste it on saying, "Oh, hi, I am this, and I love what you're doing." This is what people are saying anyway. How about you cut to the chase and you just tell them straight away, what it is, who it is you are, and what is it you're looking for? Hey, I'm a high ticket closer. So look, this is how I would get interest from people. I would figure out, and look, oh my God. I had a call yesterday with a few of the guys from the UK, and I was training and coaching them on, I was getting one of them to introduce themselves to me, and I was like, "Oh, how much sales experience do you have?" And he was like, "Oh, I don't have much sales experience." And I'm thinking to myself, he's just told me he doesn't. Now, this could have been an interview situation. How you do anything is how you do everything. The way you do one thing is the way you're going to do everything else. So if someone asks you, "Oh, how much experience do you have?" "Oh, Jabran, tell me a bit about your experience." "Oh, I don't have much experience. I only have like 3 to 4 months of experience in the high ticket sales space. Do you really think someone's going to want to speak to you? Why are you talking about what you don't have? But I was very curious, and I was like, no, he looks like he's, well, he definitely looks like. Oh, actually, I even remember. Actually, he's 25. He was 25 years old. He was 25 years old. I'm not going to mention his name. He was 25 years old, and he said he only had 3 to 4 months experience. I was like, he's 25, and he's saying he only has 3 to 4 months experience. I was just inquisitive. I was just like, okay, and I asked him a few questions. This is why it's so important, guys, to have a second set of eyes or a second set of pair. This is why boxers have coaches, because the coaches can see what you guys can't see. Why do you think even Floyd Mayweather, when he's in his fights, now he was one of the best boxers in his era. Even he needed a coach because his coach can tell him and show him the things that he can't see. So when I asked him, I was like, okay, so do you mind if I ask you some questions? So now, and you guys, I want you to do this with yourself. If you feel like you don't have much experience, I asked him, okay, when was the first time you ever sold something? He was like, oh, when I was this age. And I was like, did you sell anything before that? And then he was like, oh, yeah, it was it. And like, cut the long story short, he went from, oh, my first job was in sales when I was 17, but then he was also selling stuff when he was 13 and 14. And then I was like, hang on a minute. So you said you were selling stuff when you were 14. So doesn't that show that you had sales experience then? Because you were selling, and it happened, he was selling confectionery. He was selling sweets, chocolates, crisps, cookies, whatever he can get his hands on whilst he was at school. He was selling them in the playground, out of school, after school, etc. What is that saying? So you don't necessarily have to be in a closing role to have sales experience, guys. But what was he doing? The moment I asked him the question, he was like, oh, I only have 3 to 4 months. He had more than 3 to 4 years of experience because he just told me after digging deep, and you guys can do this it's the same thing that you do in your sales calls as well. When prospects give you surface level answers, you as the sales pro, job is to dig deep. So with me, when he told me this, 3 to 4 months, I was like, really? But I used my initiative. I was like, okay, he's 25 years of age. Let me go through his life. Let's see if I can find any sales experiences or any of the things that he did. Now, guys, the reason why I'm sharing this with you guys is you guys now can do this with yourself. So now I'm going through and he's like, okay, yeah, when I was then, I did this. And he also went on to say, when I was 16 and 17, I started selling perfumes. I was like, no way. So you were selling, and he even told me he would go out into busy places. So not only in his hometown or his college or whatever, he would go to busy locations and sell perfumes, etc. and whatever. And I was like, okay. And I'm still remembering, he told me he had 3 to 4 months experience. Then he went on to say, oh, we had a family business. We owned a gym. And I used to sell 6 months and a year memberships. And I used to look after the gym as well and do all of that. But then I also used to sell the products that he used to sell in the gym as well. Even if he sold 1 or 2 products or whatever he did, this is still relevant experience that you can use. And it goes back to my point, guys. When I first came into this industry, everyone starts from somewhere. I had no experience in the remote high tickets closing space in the year 2020. But do you really think I was focusing on telling people, oh yeah, hey, my name's Jabran and I can sell everything, and you know, I don't have no experience and I can do it. Do you really think they're going to want to speak to me? Of course not. So what do? I told them, hey, look, and this is another point as well. Some gurus are going to hate me for this, but oh well, it is what it is. You do not need a certification to call yourself a high ticket sales pro or closer or setter or whatever. You can become a high ticket closer from today. So now, okay, I'm a high ticket closer. Now ask yourself, how much money have I generated in my lifetime? In my lifetime. If it's over 6 figures, guess what? You're a 6-figure closer. If it's over 7 figures, you're a 7-figure closer. And even better if you can prove it. You can get some stats. You can get some references or whatever. You can prove it. Now, look how you sound. Hey, I'm a 7-figure closer. Because even though I worked in education, on the side, I always did sales. I always did sales. I always did some sort of sport, and I pursued my education as well. My mentors always told me, Jabran, have a plan A, B, and C. Now I'm just too old, and I just can't multitask. I can't even do 2 offers at once. And that's why I just like to just focus on one area now, because I know I've got all these experiences I can fall back on, etc., and different places. So now when someone asks you, hey, why don't you introduce yourself? Rather than talking about what you don't have, he could now say, hey, I'm a 7-figure closer, or let's just say I'm a 6-figure sales pro with 5 years of experience selling numerous products and services across a variety of different industries. How does that sound, as opposed to, oh, hey, I'm an aspiring appointment setter with 3 months of experience? Which one would you want to go with? Now, most of you guys don't even know how great you are, how much experience you have, until you've probed on this. So really get clear with this, guys. Really get clear, so you now know, okay, this is who I am, this is what I'm about, and this is what I can do for you guys. Now, look, goes on to my other point, where some people, you're going to tell people, hey, I'm hardworking. What does hardworking mean for you, though? Hardworking. I'm motivated. I'm driven. I'm whatever. You need to embody these. So don't just say, oh, I'm driven and I'm motivated and I'll go above and beyond the call of duty. And then you turn around and be like, oh, I'm only going to work part-time. I'm only going to do this many hours a day, and I'm only going to do that. And you can't even, this one makes me laugh when people say I'm hungry. Like, what do you mean you're hungry? Actually explain. Don't just make the point. I learned this at school, and I've shared this before with you guys as well. Point, evidence, explanation. Don't just leave it in their hands to assume things. You knock it out straight away. Make the point. Yeah, I'm hungry. I'm very hungry. As a matter of fact, I'm not hungry. I'm starving for success. What does that mean? What am I willing to do? I will do whatever it takes and go above and beyond the call of duty to hit my goals, because I'm not doing this for myself. I'm doing this for my family members. Now, when you say this to someone, you know, as opposed to saying, oh yeah, I'm hungry and I'm motivated. Look at the difference. Look at the difference. Don't leave it to their imagination. Don't leave it to their assumptions. You really want to just cover it all. Point, evidence, explanation straight away. Give them. So now when you've given them that, and you could do this on writing, you could do it on a video. Remember, you need to work on your communication skills. You really need to work on your communication skills. Why? Because the moment you speak, you tell the world who you are. The moment you speak. So maybe it'll be a good idea to start communicating clearly. Now, I'm from the ghetto. I'll be honest with you. I come from inner city Birmingham, Small Heath. It is what it is. And yeah, I remember when I was 16, I had to upgrade my customer service voice and the way I communicated with people, because now I wasn't only communicating with my circle of friends. And you know how we speak between our friends and family members? It's different to when you speak to in the corporate world, or when you go for an interview. I read this quote once. I may be from the ghetto, but my customer service voice has gone to Harvard. and this is what you need to work on. You need to work on your communication skills. How clearly are you communicating what it is you're talking about? What it is, who you are? Because the moment you work on this, guys, because look, if you're not communicating clearly, you know what they're going to be thinking? Oh, is this how he's going to sell for me? Is this how he's going to do for me? Or is this how she's going to do for me? And this is where you need to work on, guys. Because look, some of you guys haven't even worked on this part. Like, I've probably already lost some of you guys. Because remember what I said about your social media presence? Or some of you guys are ghosts online. You have like an updated picture, you have your name, and that's about it. people want to look at you and be like, oh, is he going to be a good culture fit in our company? Is he going to be this? And oh, is he going to be that? And when they speak to you, don't talk about the things that you don't have. Even if you don't have experience, talk about the transferable skills that you have. Look, because in my opinion, look, high ticket sales, high ticket closing, it's about influencing people. It's about connecting with people. How much are you connecting with the client? How much are you connecting with others? And look, it goes back to our theme that we've had consistently going on this month is about role playing. So many of you guys are on this chat right now. So many of you guys are watching this video right now, and you're looking to improve yourself, which is all great. But what are you actually doing to improve yourself? Like the main thing is, it's like in boxing. One of the best ways they enact and really get ready for their boxing fights is sparring. Your role plays are the closest you're going to get to the actual thing. So even if you're not ready to role play, find out when people are role playing and, hey, can I just be a spectator and take notes? I just want to learn from you. Or why don't you arrange and be the bridge for other closers and setters to come together, and you facilitate the training. You facilitate the meetup. We've had multiple people in the Closers University VIP group doing one-on-ones, doing not only one-on-ones, they're doing role plays every single day. And let me tell you, so many of these guys have improved massively because they're working on themselves. And this is one thing that I really want everybody to be working on is getting better at the job, getting better at closing, at setting. Maybe look, rather than just asking people for networking calls, why don't you just be like, hey, I'm looking to host a role-playing session, or just a call with a couple of closers and a couple of setters. Would you like to join? It's at this time and this time. So now, rather than just dropping a message to people, say, I just want to network, and if you got 15 minutes, so I can ask you 3 questions. Why don't you give them something as well? Hey, would you like to hop on our networking call with other closers and setters? Now you're giving them something. Oh, like they're not only going to network with you, but they're going to network with others as well. And then through those conversations, guys, how do you know there may be someone that is working at a company? Or better still, let's just say there's some people, say, look, we want to help each other land roles. Now, if you know someone is a good closer or a good setter, maybe better than you, and you see a role, how about you just make the introduction? Be like, hey, love your company, love what you're about and everything. Have a chat with Huzaifa. He is an awesome appointment setter. Have a chat with Anas, his brother. He is a killer DM closer. These guys are crushing it. They will work 15-hour days. They will do any time zone, and they will go above and beyond the Call of Duty, and they've got all these great results. Now you're connecting somebody else. And you know what? Huzaifa's going to be thinking, oh, what a nice guy Jim is. Jim just referred me to all these guys and this role. Oh my God, thank you so much. And it's as simple as that. But what are most people concerned about? What's in it for me? What's in it for me? Oh, here's a role. Let me go and apply. Let me go do this. And what am I going to get from it? Just stop for a second and just be like, you know what? Who can I help? Every day you want to be like, who can I help? Who can I serve? Who can I connect? How can I be of value to other people? Every day I get people messaging me, Jabran, how can I help you? How can I do this? How can I do that? There's so many people that, help support, and, will guide me as well. There's so many. The list goes on, from Zishan, from Imran to Hamza. Look, you guys have seen what I did with Zishan. You just watch what we do with Hamza Wajid. He's my next prodigy, and he was the most introvert of introverts. And like, there's so many others as well. Sulman Iqbal, we see you as well. He calls me his twin. But look, there's so many guys that I'm seeing really level up because they're helping each other. You guys really, look, you're in a community, the Closers University. Some of you guys are not even subscribed to the channel. Oh my God, how are you going to be connected with one another? Some of you guys that are in the Facebook group, you don't even post or connect with one another. What are you guys doing? Like, it blows my mind. You are in a community, like the Facebook group is like 1,800 plus people. Not like, very few of you are even posting in there. Very few of you are just reaching out to each other or like commenting or on each other. Oh my God. Do you know, and you know, a lot of you guys have lacked on this as well. And you know, if you track back a few months ago, like 6 months ago, so many people got hired from my comments, from my comment section on my YouTube channel. So many people. And look, don't just leave like comments on there just for the sake of commenting. Look, liking, commenting, sharing, and all that, and subscribing, yes, it helps the YouTube channel. But let me just talk about you guys. Don't just leave random comments on there. Actually watch the video, watch the training, learn from it, take notes, and then transfer your notes onto YouTube into the comment section. I promise you. And look, make sure you've optimized your YouTube channel as well, even if you're not big on it. But make sure your name is clearly there. You've updated your picture, and you know, in the description section, put your Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, whatever links on there. I guarantee you will start getting noticed by high ticket sales clients. Do you know how many clients of mine are on my Facebook group, on my Facebook profile, and on my YouTube channel? I swear to God, just today, I spoke with a client that was telling me, I was looking through your YouTube channel, I was looking through all the comments, there's so many great guys there and everything. You guys could get hired from the comments on Facebook groups, from comments on the YouTube channel. But is everybody doing it? No, they're not. Look at my last video that I uploaded. Why don't you go on there, listen to it, watch it, take notes, and transfer those notes onto YouTube? Why don't you help share the message of this? Like right now, you guys are on this live right now. If you guys are getting value, how about you make a post and you share it to your story, tag the Closers University YouTube channel on there. Maybe somebody else is going to benefit from seeing the Closers University YouTube channel. Maybe seeing like, oh my God, like, is this actually true? Can you actually make thousands of dollars per conversation? But what are we so focused on? Oh no, but how is it going to help me? I swear, for the next week, for the next 7 days, why don't you do everything to not only improve yourself, but also look out for others? How can I be of value to others? Man, there's so many names that I can mention. You know why Huzaifa, Karna, Pratik, Komal, these guys got onto like an internship with me? You guys knew my mentorship was in the thousands. These guys got in on the hundreds. Why? Because they showed their dedication and coachability and work ethic with me. Karna is in a massive role right now. I'm working with Pratik and Komal. Anas and Huzaifa are in roles right now. Look, these guys have proven themselves. They used to be the first ones giving value onto the channel, helping others. What are you doing? What are you doing to help others? Zishan did the same. Hamza's doing the same. So this is what I want people to focus on, guys. Really start focusing on how can I improve myself and how can I help others? Because look, it's real, man. What goes around comes around. Whatever you put out is going to come back. This is what I want people to do. Now, look, the next part is, let's just say you've got their attention. Now, in terms of, the one pager, your intro video, I've already made a video on how you should do an intro video. Go and have a look at that on YouTube. Look, you want to come across confident. Remember, when someone's interviewing you, do you know what they're thinking? They don't want all the details. They don't want to be listening to your story for like 20, 30 minutes. They just want to know, can this guy close and set for me? And you're either going to close them on you or you're going to let them close you on why you're not a good fit. So make sure you speak clearly. You turn up on time, especially for your interview. And okay, let's just say your intro video, you want to speak clearly, you want to be in a nice location, you want to have the subtitles or whatever. Like this, here's another thing that we're adding in our intro videos, guys. And oh my god, this, especially for you guys that don't have experience, oh my god, I can't believe I nearly missed this. And we just had this revelation the last few days ago. So let me tell you guys, this is gonna really help you increase your chances of landing a role with zero experience. So imagine you don't have much experience and you're struggling to land roles. Well, listen up. This is how you're going to land more roles and get more attention. Because remember, what I teach you, look at what everybody else is doing and do the total opposite. You want to stand out. So when your application hits that influencers or business owner's desk, they're like, oh, they're going to remember it because it was different. It wasn't the same as everybody else sending resumes or this or that. Now I was like, you know me, I'm always thinking outside the box. So we've recorded that intro video. Let's just say that was 60 seconds. But now what we want to slide in there as well, maybe in between our intro, like, hey, my name is this and whatever. And then you could just slide in. Now, remember what I was telling you about doing role plays, asking each of the questions. You know, role playing the call, or like being a closer or being a setter and asking all these questions, following the script. You record that and get snippets of your best parts. Slide them into your intro video. Oh my God. Guess what you're doing there? You're not only standing out from the crowd, but now you're actually showing the client live. Because let's just say you don't have any sales calls or you don't have any appointment setting calls because you've never had done this role, but you've done role plays, and now you can use them and slide them into your intro video. You best believe you've got their attention. 1,000,000% you've got their attention. Now they're like, okay, this guy not only says he's this, he's actually, and she's actually showing me in life, in person, that, hey, not only am I an appointment setter, here's me doing some role plays. Here's me setting for this offer. And you can just pick anyone's offer, follow the script and do it. Bam, straight away, you've got their attention. Not only have you got their attention, now you're keeping their attention, and now they're going to remember you. I want to speak to this Gurna dude, man. He looks good to me. And whoa, he can actually do the job as well. Because look, because every salesperson, well, not every salesperson, but most salespeople, they do a good talk. They do a good talk, but walking the talk is different. Guess what you're doing? Not only you're talking a good talk, you're actually showing them how to do the job as well. So it's ticking that objection that's going to come up. You're overcoming it. You're preempting the objection. Like, can he actually do it though? He's saying he can do it, but can he actually do it? And now you've just shown them you've done that. Now, here's another thing that you can probably add in there. Maybe one of your referees, one of your references, you can slide in there as well. Hey, this is just a quick video for Zishan. I've been working with him for the past 1 year. I've known him for a long time. He's the hardest worker in the room. He will go above and beyond the call of duty. And he's just a savage when it comes to sales. Maybe like a little testimonial in there as well. Look at what you're doing, guys. Oh my God. Let me have a look at some of the questions, actually, because I don't want to Aliyasa. One thing that I watched previously was take an intro video and take multiple videos and combine them with different backgrounds where you're outside inside. Yeah, so look, but like I said to you, make your intro video different. Instead, say this: I am a high-ticket closing best practices group being trained by a world leader in sales. We daily practice role plays, learning the very best sales practices on the planet. It's just being different, guys. We're being different. Now, you know, these role plays, this is the best way to start connecting with one another as well. Arrange group role plays, not just with yourself, but like group role plays. Reach out to each other. Look, the guys in the VIP group are role playing every single day. This is why they're standing out from the rest of the people. This is why your boy Jabran is bringing brand new people in this industry, whipping them up, getting them into shape, and they are crushing it in their roles because we're actually doing the job. We're doing it. And it's not just, interviewing well and everything. Because look, you can have a great application. You could do a great interview. But then when it comes to the job and you don't do it great in the job, you're off the job. I don't want that. I want people to do well in the job. So that's why the main focus is doing role plays. Make sure you're always role playing. Make sure after you've done role plays, hey, why don't you actually look at the recording, all of you guys together, and then give each other feedback. How about that one? One role play a day keeps the poverty away. True say, look, you will get paid in direct proportion of the value and the skill set you bring to the marketplace. And in doing the role plays, guys, you are going to get better. So, okay, now it comes to the interview. Because look, you can do a great role play and video and everything. You've done all of that. But now you've got on the interview. Please, please, please make sure you have good internet. How you do anything is how you do everything. Don't be in a weak internet spot. So make sure your internet is nice and strong. You've got a fairly decent background. I'm not too happy with my background, but anyways, whatever. It is what it is. You want to have a nice background, so you're in a nice quiet place as well. So for the interview, you're in a nice quiet place, because they're going to be thinking to themselves, okay, and make sure the camera is at a good angle as well. I think mine is fairly decent. You want to make sure the camera is at a decent angle. The mic is clear as well. They can hear you and they can see you. You want to maybe test this out later on as well. And then once you're on the call, at least turn up 5 minutes before the call. You do not want to be turning up, because look, this is one of the things my dad taught me from a very young age. If you're on time, you're late. If you're on time, you're late. So you don't want to be turning up late. You want to be turning up on time. You want to be turning up on time. And once you're on time, remember, guys, an interview, they just want to know who you are. Can this guy do what he says he does? Can he really do it? And these are the questions that are going through their mind. So don't get too worked up and then like, oh my God, this guy's asking me all these questions, or let me prepare for this question and that question and this and that and whatever, and you're stressing yourself out and everything. Look, any questions that they ask you, they just want to know, can this guy do the role? So now, before, like, okay, let's just say you're applying to be an appointment setter. Go and research the role of an appointment setter. Go and research it all. What it is, the pros, the cons, the advantages, disadvantages, what makes a great appointment setter, what are the problems, what are the mistakes appointment setters make, etc. Do all the research you can through people, through YouTube, through Google, etc. Write all of this down. Understand it. And then what also you want to do is research who you are interviewing with, the company. Make sure you don't need to go into too much detail, just so you know who the company is, what they're about, what their offer is. Go through their funnel. Go through their funnel as a customer, find out what they are. Okay, they're this and they do this and they do that. Okay, great. So now you've got a fairly decent understanding of who they are. But now what you also want to do is, when you're doing your role plays, how about you take some time out and just introduce yourself? If someone asks you, because one of the questions will be, oh, so Japran, why don't you introduce yourself? Now, with me, I have like 25 years of experience in sales. Now, I'm not going to bore them with all the 25 years of experience, but you know what I will do? I will start off from the beginning. I'll be like, hey, I'm someone that has 25 years of experience in sales. I've sold multiple products, multiple niches across various industries. But I'm not going to bore you with all my accolades and experiences and everything. But guess what? I've thrown in that, hey, I've got 25 years of experience in sales. I know what I'm talking about. I've done yada, yada, yada. Maybe I'll even tell them I've done millions of dollars in this and in that and everything. But then I'll be like, look, I'm not going to bore you with everything and tell you, like, from the age of 11 what I was doing. But yeah, I was selling candy from the age of 11 in the school playground. That's where I really got the knack for selling things and making a profit and a commission. But let me tell you, in more recently, who have been like, yeah, I've worked for X, Y, Z companies, and I'll do this within 60 seconds. So it's quickly, you're getting straight to the point. You're getting straight to the point. This many years, this many industries, done this much revenue. But let me just let you know, let me just tell you what I've been focusing on in the last few years. And then you tell them, hey, I was the number one closer for Kevin David. I sold a 4K and a 9K offer, and I did hundreds of thousands of dollars every single month. I was consistently the number one closer there for all my time I was there. I made $30,000, $40,000, $50,000, $60,000 in commissions every single month. I left there as the head of sales. From there, I went on to Rudy Mauer, and I worked as a closer there. In my first week and a half, I not only collected just shy of $80,000, I contracted $250,000 in my first week. These are big statements. Boom, done it. I've done it. I've got their attention, kept their attention. And if they want to see proof, here's some proof as well. Now they're going to be like, okay, tell us something or tell us. So that's them asking about your experience. If someone asks you about, oh, why don't you tell us about your experience? Now, I could have been like the guy yesterday that said, oh, I only got I don't have much experience. I only have 3.5 months of experience. Well, straight away, you're telling them what you don't have. Let's not focus on what you don't have. Let's focus on what you do have. Let's talk about all those transferable skills. Even though you ain't done remote closing online before, I didn't do it. Guys, before 2020, do you know what I was telling people? I was like, yeah, I'm a high ticket closer. I'm a 7-figure closer because I generated over millions of dollars before even coming into remote sales. I closed packages from £500 to £500,000 in recruitment, etc., and whatever, in different fields and different niches, etc. I worked in management positions for over a decade, whether it was in education or whether it was in sales. Was I telling them about my remote, what the lack of remote closing experience I had? No, I was not. But a lot of you guys fall trap on this. And this is where you want to fix up. You don't want to talk about what you don't have. And it's the way you say it. It's not only what you say, guys. It's how you say what you say. You want to come across with absolute confidence, and you want to have rehearsed this. And this is where the role plays come in, guys. When you now look for the next few days, even from this chat right now, the moment this is finished, go onto the Facebook group, drop a line about what you found good about this this live call, and mention on there, hey guys, I'm putting together a couple of groups for role playing and going over interview best practices, etc., and whatever. We've got X, Y. You know who's really good at this and who follows it to the T? You watch Andre Arateri. You watch Andre in the next few months. As a matter of fact, he's already killing it right now. I spoke to a business owner just the other day that I placed him at. These guys are so happy with him. And look, there's so many, man. Aryan as well. Some of these guys, they came to me as brand newbies, and they are becoming killers. Well, killers is not the right word, but obviously the small heat in me every now and again comes out. But these guys are becoming, oh my God, I'm so proud of the people these guys are coming. You know why? Because they're working on themselves. If I'm telling them to do things, they are going with it. They are going with it. They're not just like, oh, but Jabran, you know what? I'm not going to do this and I'm not going to do that. Let me tell you, these guys, let me tell you, examples of who are the coachable people. And there's loads of them as well. Suleiman, very coachable. Andre, very coachable. Hamza, very coachable. Zishan, very coachable. Ismail, very coachable. I'm just shouting out the names that are coming up over here right now. Huzaifa, Jim, check Jim out, guys. And there's so many of other guys as well. Jim is the age of my dad. And look at the humility in him. Jim actually has over 2 decades, nearly 3 decades of sales experience. He came in, accepted me as his mentor because he was like, look, this guy's been in this area longer than me. I'm just going to learn, grow, and develop from him. He's the age of my dad, and I'm teaching and coaching and mentoring him. And oh my God, the growth I've seen in Jim, and I've given him tough love. The growth that I've seen in him, honestly, it really not only humbles me, but it makes me emotional, man, because I'm seeing the development in people. And I used to get this in education. And now I'm seeing it when I was a teacher and mentor and all sorts in education. I thought I'll never get that feeling. And that's why I'm doing what I'm doing right now, guys. Even through this training right now, I promise you, there's going to be at least one person from this live, from the chat, that's going to take what I'm sharing with you right now. He or she is probably going to go back and watch this again, take notes, leave their takeaways in the comments. And I promise you, that person is going to be 10 miles, 10 steps, whatever, ahead of everybody else. And they're gonna really run with this. And maybe just one or two of the lines that I shared about, the best practices on this call, they're gonna have run with it. And there's gonna be some people, they're very excited. They're very excited. They're listening to everything that I'm saying, but that's all they're gonna be, excited, and that's it. Because look, Knowledge is not power, guys. Applied knowledge, action, that knowledge actioned is power, and it will get you the results. So when you learn something from me, this is why I say to you, man, leave your comments in the takeaway. Leave your comments, leave your takeaways in the comments. Putting them my word out. This is what because in you just writing it, it's just repeating what you've just learned. It's just repeating what you've just learned. But yeah, so look, in the interview, guys, you need to come across someone confident. And look, if someone's going to ask you to introduce yourself and like you're going to do it for the first time, you're going to be all over the place. How about you get in groups, you get with each other through 3, 4, 5 of you guys and start introducing yourself. Get comfortable taking shots, like short 60-second videos and send them to each other. Guys, can you give me some feedback on this? Some of you guys used to do this at the beginning, but now nobody does it. I don't know why. Stop doing what was working before. Why are you stopping? Keep doing this. Learn, grow, and develop. Go through it all. So now when you're getting on calls, not only role play the roles, but like go through interview stuff and interview questions. Oh, so hey Jim, why don't you go through your intro? Let's just say you had an interview. What would you say on your interview? And now you can go through, oh, hey, my name's Jim. I have over 2 decades of experience in sales. I've ran my own agency. I've done this. I've done that. I've sold packages anywhere from thousands of dollars to tens of thousands of dollars. I'm someone that's hardworking. I'm very coachable. I will do whatever it takes to reach my goals. If you guys hire me, you guys will be impressed. Go over this with your groups, go over it in video. So now if that question comes up, bam, you already know how to answer it. The next thing that, look, sometimes people ask you about your sales philosophy. What is your sales philosophy? Some of you guys will get stuck on that question. If this question comes up as in like, oh, what's your sales philosophy? And they probably just want to know, like, what is your way of doing sales? Now, if you follow what I do, I'm a very conversational closer. Very conversational closer. I'm very genuine. I really make a connection. And my rapport is not done right at the beginning. It's done throughout the call. So that's just giving them an insight into the way you do sales. Oh, and look, here's another one. Anas Hayat in the building. It's been a minute, bro. Very good to see you. And we have Jim Moore, obviously. Jim, see, look, some of you guys are already connecting in the WhatsApp, in the chat over here. This is very good. This is what this is about. Connect and network with one another. But I already see the same names. There's some new people that are coming on. There's some people asking where are all the sisters and etc. and whatever. Look, let me tell you, the sisters, the girls, we have some amazing females that are crushing it right now. You got and look, there's Zafra, there's Akila, there's Anissa, there's Jellica. There's so many, I've probably missed them off there. But look, there's so many women that are in within, and I keep telling everybody this. Women are actually better than men at sales. Period. They are. But you know what it is? There's not many women that actually step up and do sales. Women are 100% better at males than influencing. 1,000,000%. Because women can not only connect, because look, some guys, they have this ego and whatever, and they can come across the wrong way and whatever. But women not only can influence men, but they also connect with females as well. A female will rather buy of a female than as opposed to a male. Just so you know that. This is all data as well, by the way. And I think it's more than 80% of women that come from direct sales, come from sales that earn over $100,000 a year. So what's that saying to you, ladies? Get into high ticket sales and master this. Learn the art of communication. Learn the art of sales. And look, if someone asks you on the interview, oh, how would you handle this objection? Now, this question, guys, is like, the sell me this pen example. Now, some people, when you watch The Wolf of Wall Street and it gives them the pen and oh, buy this pen and because it's this and it's red and it writes like this and it writes like that. No. You know that's the wrong way if you've watched The Wolf of Wall Street. And then one of the guys is like, oh, yeah, you want me to sell this pen? Oh, okay, well, okay. What do you got? Why don't you write your name on that napkin? And then Leo's like, oh, I don't have a pen. Well, here you go. Supply and demand, my friend. Now he creates the need. He's not going to just push something at him that he doesn't want. He wants him to realize what he needs. So he figures out his need and makes sure he realizes what his need is. And then he provides him with the solution. The supply to the demand. He figures out the demand and he gives him the supply. So when someone asks you, oh, like, how would you handle this objection? This is a tripwire as well, guys. Because look, sometimes they'll be like, oh, how would you handle the money objection? Well, whenever someone asks me that, I'm like, look, because if you guys know anything about the way I do sales, I never argue or wrestle or battle with people, with objections. If they come up with an objection, most of the times, now I thank the Lord for that as well, because I have a dialed in process. I work out all of this, and I'm going to be going over this in full detail. You guys probably, those of you that are attending the UK event, you'll see this, or if not, if you're there in person, you're going to see it. But I'm going to also upload a full training that I'm working on right now that's going to break all of my sales process down. So if I know the money objection is going to come up, what am I going to do? I'm going to preempt that right at the beginning, or even before they even get on the call. What good is the application form if it's not financially qualifying them? What good is the triage call if you're not financially qualifying them? I would rather speak to less people and make the same money as opposed to speak to loads of people and still make the same money. I want to protect my time. So I would go through and qualify people, figure out what they're looking for. And look, what do most people do? They save the price. They save from giving the price, until right at the end. Now, I was watching someone's call recording, and he had a guy on the call, and the guy just wanted to know the price right at the beginning. It was just like, oh, like, how much are you guys? How much is it? Straight away, I'm thinking to myself, the main thing on this guy's head is price. But what do most salespeople do? Oh, yeah, we need to ask you some questions, and we need to figure out where you're at and everything, and see if what we have even helps you. No! This guy's main thing is price, 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 price. You can be saying whatever you want to be saying, and even if he likes it, doesn't like it, whatever, he's not even understanding it. He's thinking to himself, oh my God, how much is this? How much is this? How much is this? And you haven't even answered it. And he's, regardless of whatever you say, he's still thinking, well, but what if I don't have the money for this and whatever? Just answer the freaking question. Just tell him straight away, yeah, it's 10 grand. It's $10,000. Is that okay? Okay, cool. Let's go. Keep going. So yeah, sometimes it's look, and you don't have to always give the price, but if that's the first thing that they're asking, or if you want to qualify them, there's a number of ways that you can do this as well. But look, guys, that was just a bit about what I wanted to go through about, landing roles. You can easily land roles, but you need to get better. You need to get better. You need to be role playing with one another. You need to be working together. If you're not working together, I don't know how you're gonna. Because if you're working together, you'll go far. You'll go further. Work together. Network with one another. Refer each other to other people and other roles. If you see a great opportunity, copy it, paste it, send it, tag people, introduce people, do role plays, and be like, hey. I would even, if I'm role playing with someone and I feel like this person is really good and they're actually looking, if I see a role, I'll be like, hey, Mr. Client, why don't you speak to this person? They have this, that. They have this. And so, they've got this much experience. They've got that. And I've been role playing with them as well. Great candidate. They'll appreciate you. Be like, oh, that respect. Thank you very much. Thank you, Maria, for referring Asia to us. Now they'll remember Maria as in like, oh, thank you very much. And they'll be like, oh, that's that Asia girl. Let me go reach out to her. Don't be that person as in like, what's in it for me? But I want this and I want that. Let's go out and go try to help people, but also improve ourselves, and you watch the magic happen. But look, guys, that's it from me. That's the today's training on how to land offers, how to do well in interviews, and how to just become fully rounded individuals. again, make sure, guys, you guys are role playing. Make sure you're all role playing. You're connecting with one another and teaching and learning from one another. Maybe even just get one of my sales calls. If you don't know what to role play on, go and get one of my sales calls and watch it together and make notes on what Jabran's doing. How is he doing the introduction part of the call? How is he doing the fact finding and all sorts and whatever? What questions is he asking? Make notes on that, and then you guys just do it. Have a go at just copying what Jabran done. Just literally just do that. Go and copy what I done on those sales calls and then role play it. There's an example for you guys right now. Go and post in, the Facebook group. Jim, you can even post it on the Facebook group. Post on the Facebook group Zoom links and whatever, and put the meeting room on and whatever, and you guys can join. Connect with one another. Be like, hey guys, we're just doing a major Zoom. We're just doing a public Zoom. Whoever wants to join, come and join. We're going to break down Jabran sales call. Pick one of them and just break it down. And then have goes with one another in repeating what I was going over. But that's just an idea, guys. Look, all the best. This is a great industry, man. This is an industry that can really change your life. You can really do what most people do in a year, you can do in a month. There's guys that are crushing it. There's women that are crushing it. There's guys that are crushing it. So look, on that note, I'm going to love you and leave you. If you have any questions or anything, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you're sharing the channel with your friends as well. Let's get other people, interested or known about, or let them be aware of what you're doing or what the Closers University is about. Help other people. Go out your way to help other people. But on that note, guys, I'm going to love you and leave you, and I'll see you on the next one.